As it's cloudy outside and we can only just about see the moon, I'm going to do a quick video on what I see through astrophotography tool using EQMod to move the telescope and Hitec DC focus to focus the camera. So as you can see, this is looking at the live view through astrophotography tool. This is what my camera is seeing at the moment. And it is actually pointing at the moon. I'm going to not show how to find the moon with the telescope. I'll do that in another video, how I find things. But if you look at what's going on here with the settings, you can see we've got it on ISO 1600 and exposure is 30. Well, obviously that's too much. What's happening here, whether or not it's in focus or not, is the light of the moon is actually blinding the camera or overexposing the camera. So the first thing obviously you need to do is to get these settings right, the exposure and the ISO. Well, it's very bright out there. It's actually a full moon tonight, so we'll click this down to 100 on the ISO, and I'll set this to bulb setting there like that. And you can see the moon has started to kind of look better than it did. It's still out of focus, but we'll do that in a second. So what I'll do now is I'll try and bring that into focus. Now the application that comes with the Hitec DC Focus 2 is this software here. So you've got a button here, focus in and focus out. It's already connected. So let's see what happens if we play around with these buttons. I'm just pressing the focus out button, which is basically moving the camera away from the telescope. You can see, look, it's coming into focus. And have we got it? No, a bit too far, so focus in. Okay, that'll do for now. So that's brought the moon now into focus. But you can see that if we wanted to photograph this, it's not in the center of the picture. So how do we get it into the center of the picture without walking outside in the cold and making adjustments? Well, I use this software here, which is called EQMod. And you can see here that we've got the controls on the screen. This number here is actually the speed that the telescope will move when I click each one of these buttons. So let's move a button and see what happens. That's going too far. So there's the north position, and I think if we do that this way, like that, there you go. And obviously the Earth is rotating while we're doing this, the Earth is moving, so it's not actually going to stay fixed where that is. So I'm not doing any guiding on this. You can see a bit of cloud moving across there. Look, see that cloud going across? So that's how I position objects in relation to the telescope, or position the telescope in relation to objects. Obviously it's very easy when using the moon. And using the focuser, we can obviously play about a bit more with this, because on astrophotography tool you have a zoom here, so I can actually zoom into this image like that, get in, I think that's about 10 times. If I bring this back up, we can focus, maybe that's too far, little touches at a time. Too far, and we can even go in further if we want to, but we'll keep it on that one for now. And what you'll see now is if I move the scope, you can actually kind of pan across the moon like this. Obviously the redness here is to do with the light pollution and the fact it's pretty cloudy night, and it's so the moon is actually coming through the clouds up there. So yeah, that's basically how I move and focus the telescope and the camera bolted to the telescope.